Hi everybody, reporting from Daughters Run and Duck Puddle at Camp Mincy today. I'm here on a bit of a journey to see what's going on at the top of the junk trail, which is officially known as the Toby Hanna Trail. I'm actually at the end of my journey for the day, but I'm going to start the video here and show you what's going on up there, and then we'll loop back to my original beginning video when I was here and started my trek up the Daughters Run, which is right here. And it's flowing pretty heavy right now. We've had a lot of rain. Today's the 30th of December, so second to last day of the year, and we've had a lot of rain in the last few weeks, and everywhere is flooded. So arguably not the best day to come and see what's causing the flooding on the junk trail. But even if I were here in the middle of the summer when we had, in fact, I was here in the middle of the summer when we had very little rain and there was a lot of water on that path, and other people can attest to that. So just trying to figure out what's going on. Long story short, for those of you who don't want to stick around for the full video, not sure how long it'll be yet. I thought that water was being caused by beavers damming up Daughters Run. Turns out that it's not the case. So it's got to be like the springs or a raised water table, as Matt Feigly suggests. But you know, it's still a mystery at this point. So stick around and you'll see me walk up the stream. I have my hip waders on that I just bought, or not just bought, I bought them over the summer. And I did not try them on over the summer and discovered that today that my shoes do not fit inside them. So I've got 2 pair of wool socks on, and the hip waders are surprisingly warm, even in the water. So not too bad, but you feel every rock. Anyway, stick around and you'll see what the stream does. It does some pretty cool stuff. It's not a straight run like I thought it might be. So see you soon. Hey everyone, here at the top of the junk trail, also known as the Toby Hanna Trail. That's its official name. And I'm here on a mission. I've actually finished my mission, but I'll probably start the video with this. And my mission is to see why, if I can find it, why that's happening to the trail. See this down here? It's all flooded. You can see a little bit of it going north as well. I'll take some video heading south back down to Daughters cabin site to get my gear. But you know, the plan here is to not drop my phone. The plan here was to walk the Daughters Run stream from Duck Puddle to the north end of camp, and that's exactly what I've accomplished. I was hoping to see if there were beaver dams or something downstream that might be causing this, and there are not. So why it's happening is a mystery, but it is happening, as you'll see, and it looks like we're going to have to move the trail. Okay, we're still at the top of the junk trail. I'm actually walking on the junk trail, otherwise I'd have to bushwhack it, and this isn't very deep like the stream could be at times. So yeah, this is what the top of the Toby Hanna Trail looks like. So we're gonna have to move it. I would say, I mean, the area here is fairly level, but I believe going west is more uphill. So probably that's the direction we would want to put any sort of new trail. It dries out a little bit here, but I'm sure it's going to get really wet in just a little bit. Here's more of the trail. Again, just probably about 50 yards south of the last spot that I showed you. This is a nice long one. So yeah, you can see that's heading downhill and west is uphill a bit. So that's definitely the way to go. This is a stream, basically. Probably the water is coming from the springs that are uphill, but could be coming from a completely different source, and we have no idea because this only started happening, I would say, within the last 10 years. At first it was just, sort of mucky and wet, and then it just kept getting wetter and wetter, and as years went on, this actual stream developed that I'm walking through right now. It's insane. Found one of the sources of the water. I'm pretty far downstream of or south of the border, probably about halfway between the border and Daughter Spring. A lot of it is not wet, as you can see there, but then you come into spots like this that get pretty wet. And there's our source, and it's coming right off the hill. This is probably rainwater from all the rain we're having, but there are two springs up on this hill, Hiker's Spring and another one that I don't remember. So this very well could be the spring pushing out that water and not just the rainwater itself. It might be hard to tell from the video, but this spot over here, you can see is dug out, as well as right here, just dug out by water, eroded away. And that didn't just happen this year. That's taken some time. So that's evidence of, the type of, not the type, but the amount of water that travels this trail. Same here. This is like a gorge here. It doesn't look like it on the video, but it is. Hey everyone, I am here at Duck Puddle at Camp Mincy, on my way to explore Daughter's Run. I'm going to be walking upstream, and as you can hear, it's coming downstream pretty rapidly. Today is the 30th of December 2023, so second to last day of the year, and what better to do than walk up duck puddles in my trusty hip waders. I'm wearing a vest at the request of the ranger, John, because sometimes hunters do not obey boundary rules, and I don't want to get shot. But yeah, we've had a lot of rain the last month or so, and so, just as down in the valley, it is reflected in the water flows and the streams and the rivers and things up in the Poconos. All right, so why am I doing this? Good question. I'm doing this because at the top of what we call the junk trail, which is back there a little bit, at the top of the junk trail, which is actually the Toby Hanna Trail, it's basically a river. The trail is no longer a trail, it's a stream, and we're trying to figure out why. And so one of the things I thought would be helpful would be to walk up Daughter's Run, which is, I can't see, anyway, it's behind right there. So we're gonna walk up Daughter's Run and see if there's a beaver dam or something that's blocking it. Given the flow that's happening here right now, it's hard to believe, but yeah, so that's the idea. So actually I got the hip waders, and what I'm gonna do is actually, if I can, walk up the center of the stream, because then I don't have to do much in the way of bushwhacking, and hopefully I don't fall and kill myself. So I've got 2 pairs of wool socks on, and then just the hip waders, because when I bought them 6 months ago, I didn't bother to try them on with shoes, and I did that for the first time today, and they won't go over the shoes or boots that I have. I tried sneakers and I tried boots, and they won't go over. So it's just feet, socks, hip waders. So all right, off to do that, and I will film some of that journey later, Gator. This here's kind of cool. I'm not too far upstream yet. It turns out that walking up the stream is going to be very difficult. Thankfully, the path alongside the stream seems to be fairly clear and much easier to travel. Hip waders do not make good hiking boots if you don't have shoes in there. So for those of you who ever think you're going to buy a pair of hip waders for any reason, make sure they fit over your shoes. Anyway, so here's like a little island. This is the Daughter's spring here, and as you can see, there's more of it. I'll try to get a better angle over there. So this in here is just like a little island thing. That's pretty cool. Good times. All right, I just happened upon the Orange White Trail, which I haven't been on the eastern side of that trail in a long time, and forgot that it actually passes through the stream when the stream's not flowing so heavily. But you can see on this downed tree, there's a marker, and then there's a few markers over back there, and over here we've got the trail markers going to the west. All right, this is really cool. Dagobah basically extends southward farther than we ever traveled, or at least that I ever traveled. And you can see here that the stream widens significantly. This is the eastern side here. It's flowing out over there, here. But the western side is like over here. It's amazing. It's so wide. This is interesting. I'm just above that spot where I checked in last, where I said the stream was really wide, and it narrowed down on the western side. The eastern side is all kind of dried up except what's there from the rain. I know I'm not lost because I just saw a blue-white marker not too far in that direction, which is west, and so I'm just going to keep on going here, not seeing any beaver dams or anything like that so far. Lots of evidence of what must have been just torrents of water coming through. You can see the leaves all bunched up against the trees and things like that. A couple days ago, this was probably just massively flooded. Well, this is interesting. Again, I'm just maybe 100 yards, 200 yards north of where I just was. Pretty much have lost the stream altogether, but came into this clearing that I've never been to before, didn't even know it existed. So I'm gonna hike, this way is east. So I'm hiking east a little bit to see if I can find the stream again. But you'll see there are lots of cattail in here over the summer. This must be a beautiful sight in the summertime. I found the stream again. It went, either I walked too far west or it sort of moved really far east. So I got out of that field, which is back there, blueberry field in the summertime, and made my way east. I'm going to keep going east because off in that direction I hear rushing water, so I'm just curious. I might be at what we call Dagobah, the spot at the north central part of camp where the Tobyhanna Trail meets the White Trail. I don't see any markers, but it is possible that I am near that. I found what was making the rushing water noise. Camp Mincy's only waterfall, folks. Be careful when you're crossing it. Well, I'm seeing something that I have never seen in the wild at camp, and that is, it appears to be naturally occurring sand. I can't imagine that anybody would have wheelbarrowed or driven sand out here. But there it is. I mean, wow. Wow, and it's not shallow. That's pretty deep, and you can see it in the water too. Interesting. I lie. I have seen sand in camp before, and it was always at springs. I'm still seeing it up here. That pile of it is right there. So there must be a spring in here somewhere, which doesn't surprise me. But again, the stream is very wide here, which does surprise me. I always expected it to be this narrow little thing that just traveled north, and here it's just really sort of complex and complicated and widely distributed thing. Lots of tributaries, lots of running through and under trees. Just a very, very cool place to be. And it's snowing. It's I think about 38 degrees right now, but I'm layered up, so no big deal. I have reached what we lovingly refer to as Dagobah, and you can kind of see why. So that concludes my little travels for the day. I think I can safely say that the water on the junk trail is not coming from a backed up stream. This stream is anything but backed up. Here's you can see the white trail markers are somewhere. Oh yeah, right there. So I'm going to be taking the white trail out to the junk trail and heading back down to Daughter's cabin site and Daughter's spring to fetch my things, and then onwards and out of camp. Hope you enjoyed this.